Welcome everybody to the eobeats challenge special remix edition. Now, normally we give producers a sample from a song, a video sample, and a weird sound, but today we're doing something completely different. We're giving them a reference track and just one sample to use. But before we do that and play all the songs and everything, I wanted to introduce you to our in-house judges. In-house judge Soze. Soze, if you could come on screen and say what's up to the people.
What up, y'all? Man, it's a pleasure to be here. You know how we always do. It's good to be on the other side, just chilling, kind of judging, but not really judging. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is going to be an exciting night. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting night.
I don't have to be too judgmental today, so I'm feeling
good. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And shout out to everybody on IG. Yo, tune into YouTube right now. We on there. Y'all want to comment?
Shout out to everybody in the YouTube. We got Joey Carmichael's in the building. We got Van.
Let's go.
Yeah, we got some homies in there. Let's get it. So this is normally you guys would be judging, you and Nonzeo, but since this is a remix challenge, we could give our little input and everything, but the big decision of the night is gonna go to the star of tonight's show, GMS. So let's get him out here. GMS
hey, everybody should round of applause.
Hey, yeah. What up, EO Dub, EO Beats. I'm so happy to be here, man. Salute to all the producers in the place.
I had to come back on cam to cheers with you, but go ahead.
What's going on, man?
And before we even go with anything else, I gotta say RIP Vice, RIP PH, RIP Doc Ock. This came from his wake yesterday. We're losing a lot of people out here. The brighter side of it is all the love that comes out when we lose a pillar of our community. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear how much lives these people have touched when you see the reaction and all the gratitude and the love pouring out from all the friends and everyone in the industry. So I had to rock the PH hat and bring him up here on EO Dub tonight.
That's the fact. That's the homie right there. Rest in peace, PH, man. Rest in peace, vice versa. So talk to us a little bit about why you wanted to remix this particular song and what this song means to you.
No doubt. The song is called Freedom, and I didn't name the song really. It came from the lyrics, which were written by Chordz Cordero. I don't know if he's going to join us. I did send him a link. He might pop in and hopefully later in the show. But for those that don't know Chordz Cordero, when PH was kind of acting as A&R for MCMI, he brought Chordz Cordero to meet us, and he showed us his music, and he was like, my boy raps, he sings, he's multi-talented, he's got a producer's ear and everything.
Yeah.
So you guys probably heard some of his choruses on PH material, and he's done hundreds of choruses and collabs with other artists in the EO Dub community as well. So you might have heard him, or seen him performing here or there. He performed at the Know the Ledge album release party at Southport in Brooklyn.
I was there.
Well, no doubt. He's the one, he came out and said, he's your king to me. Remember? For King.
Yeah. Right.
So, and Chordz has dope solo material. He's got other groups that he partakes in. We put out an album of him and Sir Manley called The Hybrid. It's on MCMI Records. Great album. And he raps and he raps. But people don't know that he actually sings also. So there's going to be no rapping on this record today. I might put vocals on the remix if I'm inspired by the style of the beat that the producers bring today.
Hold on. Actually, tell them what you did on it, too. What did you do on it?
Well, I'll come to that. So I produced this, and I've got into producing later. I was an MC, right? And growing up, I've always been a musician. So naturally, eventually, I got into DJing and producing. So this record has an interesting story to it. My man Dennis Mitchell from Stone Brown Studios, so they get a shout out too. Still where I mix all my stuff to this day. He builds computers and studios for people. So he came here to the crib and he put together a dope, crazy high RAM, processing speed computer, and he installed Cubase onto it. And I'm not used to using Cubase. I was a Pro Tools guy prior to that. And he hit me to Cubase. Like, you should use Cubase, really dope. So I've since learned to love it, and I only use Cubase now. But that day, he built the computer and installed Cubase and was teaching me how to record in Cubase. So I made a quick beat. He was like, so you got your drum sounds here? So I was like, cool, boom. I made a couple loops and snares, bass. He's like, let me throw a bass line. I got some samples in the computer. Just the samples were just something in a folder I hadn't used. I just grabbed it, threw it in there. It was super random, but it was coming out hot. And then I said, let me test the mic. And I didn't want to rap, so I pulled out my flute. For those of you who don't know, I play jazz flute. I play classical. It's another thing I do, taught by my pops. So I started doodling on the flute, just just playing around to the beat. I was like, oh, this is funky. And we made this little beat to test the computer. Sometimes you do good work when there's no pressure, there's no, so you just
absolutely
like when you flute down, you get loose, it just comes out, So I'm just jamming to the beat.
Yeah, I had fun. Even I made a little something myself that I'm not entering, but the flute was fun to play with, and it.
Right. I got
for sure.
I was thinking, that was a keyboard. You don't play flute. No, I play flute.
So,
that's crazy, yo. That's so dope.
The flute, and I saved the beat, and I put it away, and I forgot all about it. 10 years later, my man Chordz Cordero comes through because we're recording stuff for his project, and I made some tracks for him. He came over to record, and when he came in, I pulled up this beat. I was going through my folders. What's this old beat? It says flute shit. It was like, so I played it. I'm like, oh, this is that beat I played. So I had it on, and he rang the bell, and I let him in. And I said, yeah, what do you think this beat is? Pretty cool. I made this a long time ago. I was testing the computer, yada, yada. I said, let's do your stuff. He said, wait, let that play. That's really dope. And he's listening to it. He's like, man, I like that melody. It's inspiring me to write. He pulls out the pad, and he starts writing lyrics. I don't know if he's rapping or singing. He's just writing. And then he sings it for me, and I'm like, oh, my God, that's incredible. I turn on my mic. We do a pre-production demo right away. He sings it. We put layers of harmonies and stuff. Comes out awesome. I said, yo, that's a song right there. That's an old beat, but we're using it. That's a song. So we collaborated in that way very naturally. It wasn't like we came to collaborate. It just happened like that. He was inspired by the music. The melodies made him think of what melodies to sing. And then I was like, yo, you should put another harmony over here. And then he did another take. And we just revived it in my house. And then it came out so good. We went back to the studio. We went to Stone Brown Studios with a guy who made my set, hook up, mix the stuff. And we re-recorded the vocals over with a banging engineer who could do 8 tracks of a vocal and just really layer it. And then Chordz sorted some more stuff since he had recorded it. And he's like, oh, I need to put a little ending on it. And it was just coming out better and better. And I was like, I don't need to rap on this. This is a song. This is a soul music, a hip-hop soul song. And it doesn't really need a verse right now. It's perfect.
Absolutely.
I produced it, played the flute. I wrote a lot of the music. He wrote all the lyrics and his melodies on his vocals with this GMS and Chordz Cordero. Now, that was from a 10-year-old beat. This is why we're remixing it. We recorded that song and we put it up on Bandcamp. I put it out for a second and I pulled it down. Wait, I don't want to release this yet. In 2012. The beat and the computer, that situation was 2002. It's 10 years after we originally recorded that.
Wow.
I'm putting out my project Along the Way 777, which the first single Teacher has come out already. People can check out Teacher. I'll throw it in the chat in a minute.
Yeah.
The link to the Teacher joint. And I was like, this is going on that project. But I feel that since I made the beat 20 years ago, it could get a tune-up. And I don't want to remix it. And a lot of people say they really like the original version. Chordz still likes it. He's like, it holds up. This song is dope. Nobody thinks it's old. Like when they hear it, it's a good song.
Absolutely. It does not sound dated at all.
Thank you. But 20 years ago, I made that beat. And he recorded the verse 10 years ago.
You just want to spice it up, zhuzh it up.
Music is timeless. Music is timeless as long as you make it right. You know what I'm saying?
But sounds are important because 2002 sounds are not 2022 sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's very easy to fucking, listen to a beat from then and be like, oh, this is 2000s. But I definitely didn't hear that.
You don't hear that. You didn't know that was like a 20-year-old,
Not at
Yeah.
Nah,
all.
that's a
Like
fact.
when
That's
Buster
good.
redid.
Those are good, solid drums. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really comes down to. Just like timeless drums.
Thank you. And those drums were just what was at my fingertips when I was testing. I was like, oh, let me grab some drums. Here, throw this in.
Right.
I
It'd
didn't
be
like
that.
listen to multiple snares and change my mind. I just, whatever it was, I put it in there and made a loop because he was showing me how to use a computer, and that's it. So it's funny, the teacher single came out similarly. I was just making a beat in 5 minutes to show my students in class, this is how you use the tracks, and this is how you could get like a bass sound and whatever. And I was dropping loops in, and then I said, oh, it came out kind of hot, and decided to use it. Same things. I wasn't really thinking I was making a song at the time. So now, fast forward to 2022, I'm going to put out the single next, maybe in another month. And I want to remix. And I said, wait, I'm not going to try to figure out what producer. I'm going to bring it to eobeats and let everyone have fun with it and interpret the song. I want fresh perspective. I want to hear what another producer would do. But you got to use my flute, because the flute inspires and plays off of the vocals. Like what he's singing interweaves with the flute. So I gave the flutes to the producers, right? We gave them the acapella with the vocals. And they could either use the flute straight through, like how I played it, or they could sample a piece of it they like and chop it up. They're producers. Whatever they get inspired to do, we're going to find out today. And I would be more than happy to listen to Chordz Cordero sing the same verse 10 times in a row, because he's that classic.
Nah, no doubt.
I
Yeah.
love what he did in the song. It's just amazing.
Very dope.
That's why I didn't rap on it. I was like, it's a complete song. Like, he wrote a beautiful song. I don't need to rap. But now, if a beat calls me and makes me hype, like, oh, maybe I'll finally put a little verse on there too. I don't know. That's it.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to hearing the fires.
Well, I'm very excited. So before we get into all the remixes and all the, get all the producers over here to, show us what they did, let's play that original song and, hear the star of the evening and what everything is all about.
Because they are easy, visible differences, have been the primary ways of organizing human beings into superior and inferior groups, and into the cheap labor on which this system still depends.
We want one thing. We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
How we get freedom. How we get freedom. Oh, together, no matter
free peoples will never remain free if they are not willing, if need be, to fight for their vital interests.
It really is a revolution.
Wow,
What a
beautiful.
beautiful song. Yeah, beautiful voice too.
It's such a soundtrack too. It's such soundtrack vibes. Like definitely.
Hey, would you say you pulled that flute out? When did you pull that flute out? 10 years after? Would you say after you used it, or you haven't used it in 10 years? Did you say something like that before? Oh, you're on
You're
mute.
on mute.
Yeah, sorry that the chat didn't cover the mic again. The beat was made 20 years ago, and then we recorded it 10 years later. So 10 years ago, we recorded that.
Then
I played the flute when I made the beat. That day, I was making a beat to test the computer out in the new studio.
That's cool.
And I had to test the mic, and instead of rapping or something or singing, I just decided to pull out the flute and play into the mic, and I recorded some riffs over
Beautiful.
it. Because Dennis was teaching me, like, you could put some echo on the flute or whatever, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was just trying to remember what to click on in Cubase because he was really just giving me a lesson, you know? And then I saved it. And then I pulled the beat up 10 years later. It was like, oh, I never did anything with this beat. That's that beat I made that day. And then Chordz walks in and goes, what's that? Don't turn that off. And he pulls out the pad.
That's the best organic music.
I love it. It is.
That is. We did that last night actually. Me, Dama, Avenue Beats, and Craig and Cypher. What a good night. Anyway, let's go, Dama. Let's go to the first contestant.
Yeah, let's get it started. Without further ado, good luck, everybody. I can't wait to hear what everybody got today. It's gonna be beautiful. Our first contestant is Joey Carmels, aka Joey Carmichael. Let's get it.
Beat challenge. Yeah.
Yo. It's your homie Joey Carmels, aka Joey Carmichaels, entering this competition. You already know what it is, man. I'm trying to come for that crown. Yo, my handle on IG is God City Generals. God City Generals, all one word, all lowercase. I got a show coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. More information to be posted up on my IG page. Just come and holler at me, come and vibe with me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the competition, appreciate the platform, EO Dub. I salute. Big ups, everybody that's in the competition. May the best person win. Excuse me. Peace.
How we get freedom. How we get freedom. Together, no matter how high the mountain, lost souls wandering, searching for light and truth. Knees on the planet, head to the clouds, praying for salvation. Oh, every day we battle with others and ourselves. Sadness overwhelms us. Happiness seems so far away. No, I can't give up. Not today. Not today. No, not today. Won't stop till I reach my
Wow, that was really nice, yo. That was
Yeah,
really
I
nice.
enjoyed that a lot. Interesting take on doing it with the high pitched, but I dug it. And even if you wanted to pull it back to the regular octave, you could just lower the instrumentation behind it, and it'll be at the same pitch. But I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah, that was definitely that boy Craig in the chat said the ad libs got even crazier. The new pitch, I definitely heard that, and like I like how it was like very vocal first. You know, the vocals on the flute was very forward, and like everything else was kind of accompanying it, and it was keeping it a very like spiritual vibe. So, what'd you think about it, GMS?
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear me? Is my mic on?
Yeah, you're good. Yep.
Yeah, I like the voice, the vocal effects. That threw me. I wasn't expecting that right out the gate. I was like, oh, it sounds almost like a different person. It was like it's kind of ill, but I was listening to it. I liked it. I'm wondering, did he melody it? Like, what did you do to do that? But he's not going to tell us. That's his secret, you know. I like that the beat is laid back and real chill. The timing is a little different than how we laid it. Like he interpreted differently. So I'm still thinking about that and vibing it. I like, both the voice and the flute parts. I don't know if he stretched the timing, like he made something come in early, then stretched it to end up later. Like it was still staying on beat, but I was like, but it sounds different. But whatever it was interesting. I like the melody added with the keyboard, like a bass flute type melody at the end. And I like that you made the vocals and the flute in the forefront. Like the beat was chill and giving it room, so that when Chordz got emotional with the singing, or when the flute really got it, like it really stood out. So that's what I liked about that joint.
Salute Joey Carmels, man. That was dope
Salute,
shit,
bro. Very, very dope. Very dope. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving, man. Without further ado, our next contestant, Steve Almighty. He actually just recently won at Supreme Bars for producer and rapper competition, and he won.
which me and you both judged.
Oh yeah, we judged it. He bribed us. We took the money. And also he won.
What's up? This is Steve Almighty from the Cosmos.
There you go.
I made a remix for the GMS joint. I wanted to capture the power of the song, kind of like sped it up to sort of push the pace a bit, make it a bit more urgent, and then eventually it all starts to fall apart and it gets deconstructed, and then eventually it just kind of like somberly fades away, or somberly kind of like falls to ashes. But anyways, I hope you like it, and yeah, I'm just happy to be here as always.
Freedom. 'Cause 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 freedom. 'Cause
What a journey.
Yo, that said, he be taking you in orbit and fucking all of that shit, Steve, man. And there's no reason
Steve.
they don't call him Almighty, man. Wow, that was interesting.
That was freaking impressive, yo. Damn.
Yeah, come on,
Nice.
he won Dama's remix challenge, so
He won my remix, yeah, and he came in last mad late. I already chosen a winner. I was like, nah, it's gonna be Steve.
Which joint of yours did he remix?
Amazon bitch love song.
yeah, I did the last part.
And I did a whole mashup and ended up putting 2 songs on my album. So I totally empathize with your dilemma today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
right. How much? There's gonna be a lot of dope beats. I was let's just pull back the curtain. Before the show, I was telling the Dub fam like, yo, it's not gonna be easy. It's not like there's gonna be a whole bunch of trash beats and one standout. There's gonna be a bunch of fire beats. It's gonna be hard to make a decision tonight. And before we talk comments on Steve Almighty's remix, I can see already from the first 2 people, and you guys can tell how different they are, that we're going to be in different realms and realities right now. Shout out to Soul Brothers. It's going all over the place. But I'll let you guys give your comments first. So what did you think of that joint?
Whew, when it just
the piano,
the vocals and the piano and the middle part, like I like the journey of it all, that it's like super dynamic. It's beautiful. It definitely adds to it, that fast pace. Like I see what he was talking about with the urgency of it. It's very but while at the same time being meditative, which is just a testament to Chordz Cordero's vocals, because it's just good at any hood.
Spiritual, yeah. It's not like at first some lines sound religious, and then like you could take it to that, knees on the ground, head to the sky, like you're praying, but it could just be the universe. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be specific religion, but very spiritual.
Well, I thought that he approached it like a remix, and it was a remix and gave it a different vibe. And both of these, they set the bar. Both of the Joey and Steve set the bar very high, and very interested in what we're gonna hear next. But like, yo, Steve we know what he's capable of. Takes you on a journey, builds it up, and just and always just hits. It always hits. Change the drums up, man. Steve is a beast, man. Yeah, that's for sure.
So I liked a lot of things about that one. The drums, first he came in with the psych out drums, right, the little mellow drums, and then the harder snare came in after a minute. That's like a magician when they do a trick. And first they purposely make it look like the trick didn't work, but then they're like, no, but look, and they pull it out, and you're like, oh,
yeah. That's
so it's like he's like, it's gonna be a nice, soothing, mellow, laid back, chill beat, and then the drums like, boom, ka, comes in, ka, and I also like the piano and the synth. It's like a synth horn that you play. Can the producers speak, or they're
no?
I can't ask a question, so I'm gonna ask you. You can put it in the chat, maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder, did he use a UE 4000S? Because I use that on some tracks. It's like a wind synthesizer for the horn. It could just be a keyboard sound. Some keyboards are
and the keys were obviously nice at the end.
The horn synth sounded like he might have been blowing through a synthesizer. I don't know.
And the keys were definitely nice at the end, and the way he left like space for your flute, the flute solo. Was very masterfully done. So yeah,
I can tell he's a musician. I don't know if he played the piano. I don't think that's like a loop. It's hard to find a sample that'll match with something I played live, So I know people are getting in on their keyboard skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, playing it. So that was dope.
Absolutely.
Number 2 was dope.
Yeah,
very cool.
Steve Almighty, salute.
Steve Almighty, man.
Oh, and the tempo was fine. You could even go faster or slower. I have a house beat that I want to try to use and make a remix of this joint. That's really fast, but the tempo worked fine.
It was good. It was definitely good. So let's keep it moving without further ado. Our next contestant right now, we got Vic Shadez in the building. He's recently joined us, and he's been killing it. So let's get it.
My approach, I just wanted to make it funky. That was it. I wanted to, I wanted to bring my bounce to it, my feel to it, and make people bounce to it. I felt like the concept was amazing and it was really heavy, but the problem for me was I felt like the music was also very heavy. Sometimes you got to balance it with, the concept may be heavy and then the music might be light. So, I hopped on my drums and I played a little something, and made it happen. And I also released a song about a year ago called Freedom, same title. And I took my verse from that and then threw it onto the remix just to give it that remixy feel. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.
Ooh.
Free people will never remain free.
It really is a revolution.
How would he be dressed? Whatever suits his interest, we greet him with open arms. The sheep swarm, whatever it keeps warm. But it'd be colder to touch when the shit storm. It's been warm, but freedom, no, you ignore it. So we locked it away and stored it where you can't explore it. And we complacent in whatever situation, as long as we got our PlayStation and smoke weed like Jamaicans. But there's a catch. Freedom may give you that, but expect you to give him back. Hand out, coming to collect. Whatever freedom project, you intercept. You wide into the network built by an architect. Hiding behind the shadow, no need to be all direct. Ain't looking for no respect, he just wants you to pay your debt. In order to keep the illusion alive, your intellect is his for the keeping, but screw it, we even, that's the price for freedom. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. Won't stop till I reach my
Wow.
Got it on that. Woo.
Damn.
Yeah, the Anita Baker
nice,
sample,
very
fucking crazy. The way he filtered it goes so well with that shit.
Was
So
it Anita?
perfect.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said Sade.
No.
Oh,
I thought it
wrong,
was.
it's Anita?
Yeah, it's Anita. I get my shit mixed up sometimes.
Okay.
What do you call? Yeah, but the way he used it, he chopped it up and filtered the way he put. Yeah, that shit is just the perfect vibe for that. And the verse goes well with it too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I thought it was and the live drums complemented it so perfectly. Like, it's definitely a cheat code when you're a drummer producer, because you could do you could do like the regular program drums, or you could do something like that, which was like live flute, live drums. Like, felt like I was at like a lounge, like watching this performance live. It was very beautifully done, and honestly, like this felt like the original version. You know, like it felt like it belonged together very well.
Of those three, that one was closer to mine, the tempo and all that, but it definitely was different and original. And yeah, some people in the chat are saying that it was cheating. I don't know if they mean because he played the live drums or because he put a verse on it, but it was fire. You could do whatever you want. It's your
Yeah, that's
remix.
what I
You know
said.
what I
It's
mean?
a
There's
remix.
no
Man.
rules except
This
for
is
the
the rule.
rules.
Make it hot. That's the
Yeah,
rule. That's
and
it.
all I said was, yo, you got to use the flute and the vocals, and
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying. And
So that beat had a nice swing to it. I at first I didn't think it was live drum, but I started to hear random like timbale sounds and conga slaps just in the middle. I was like, what was that? And they said that's not programmed. And then when I heard the whoosh, you did like a crescendo roll on the cymbals. Like, whoosh. I was like, oh, okay, I know what that is because shout out to my brother from Hydra, Keith Wildchild Middleton. He produces and he plays instruments too. And we did a song one time. He went to a studio that had a huge kettle drum, just boom with the mallets. You know, so when you add that raises up
of course,
the
a
level.
Phil always.
Fire.
Phil is
Lastly, and another shout out to Vic Shadez. That was the first time my wife's watching in the other room on the computer. She's just checking it out. She's doing her business. She's like, oh, I'll put it on. She came over here. If you saw, I took my headphones on. She came in the room. She opened it up. I said, oh, what's wrong? And she was like, oh, that one. You know, so you got the ladies. The verse was fire.
Fire.
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
That's dope.
Likewise.
That's
All
dope.
different vibes, and every producer's taking it to their own realm per se.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So salute to all y'all. A lot of creativity, yeah. A lot of variety, a lot of creativity.
Oof. Right. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. I don't envy you, my boy.
So we going to Yamiboi.
Yeah, we're gonna see. All right, keep it going.
Up next, we got Yamiboi in the
Yo,
building.
what's up? This is Yamiboi.
Shout out to
from
Philippines.
Cebu, Philippines, and I'm a music producer out here, mostly hip hop. This is the first time I ventured into music competitions. It's an awesome experience, and I'm honored to be in this competition. Let's talk about the remix. My approach to the remix is when I first heard the vocals, I really loved the meaning of the lyrics. I can relate to it as a Filipino. You know, it's all about freedom. I sat down, thought about it, and I just wanted to support the vocals as much as I can. So I didn't do any technical stuff that much. I just changed the genre and make it a little bit of Afro because, you know, it's all about freedom and, you know, our history. So that's why I wanted the vocals to pop out or to flow naturally and beautifully. I love the harmonies of it. I want the listeners to notice in my remixes how beautiful the vocals is, how I made it mellow so that it will make a feeling that will relate to the meaning of the lyrics. So that's about it. And Yamiboi, peace out.
Woo!
Fire.
Shout out Yamiboi.
Sex and race, because they are easy, visible differences, have been the primary ways of organizing human beings into superior and inferior groups, and into the cheap labor on which this system still depends.
We want one thing. We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
How we get freedom. How we get freedom. Oh, together, no matter how high the mountain, lost souls wandering, searching for light and truth. Knees on the planet, head to the clouds, praying for salvation. Oh, every day we battle with others and ourselves. Sadness overwhelms us. Happiness seems so far away, away. today. No, won't stop till I reach my freedom. I won't stop, no. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. 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 No.
Sex and race, because they are easy, visible differences.
Wow.
So that's the end. Yeah, definitely vibe. That's the vibe I approached it with too. When I made my own version of it was like some reggaeton shit. But yeah, I'll show you how that after. But that shit was crazy. Definitely the way he incorporated everything, the main sample, like the main beat, and then just switched it up, played the keys over it. Yeah, what you thought of it, GMS?
Yeah, it was dope. I wouldn't say reggaeton. It made me feel like a little bit of Haitian dance hall, like the and the hi-hats interacted with the bass line. That's why he pulled out most of the beat. You just heard the hi-hats and the bass line towards the end. Like that really is what made it bounce, made it like a dance hall record, you know? I really like that. I like the chords. He actually emulated the chords. The chords I used were a sample. It was just a sample of a chord, and I put another sample of a chord here. You know, I'm a musician. I know chords, but I didn't actually play that. With he played some chords. Those were really dope. So I was in the chat and I pulled my notes away for a second, but I like it. Oh, and he kept the speeches in there. He's the only one that did that so far. I thought because the first three people didn't put the speeches in, I thought, maybe I should have sent the speeches separately. Maybe they couldn't get to the speeches, but somehow he did put the speeches in there.
Yeah.
He was able to pull that off the beat. I don't think it was in the acapella that I sent. So I don't know if he went and found those same speeches or if he filtered out my beat. I don't know how he got.
Yeah, I think that's what the case. I mean, whatever. Just produce it.
Filter.
But yeah, and I think he because the elements of the whole, like basically the whole thing is, unless he maybe, hey, you never know. He could have did some other shit. Just kept the beginning and then. But it sounded like the original, just with different drums on it and added. It was dope though. Definitely dope.
It was definitely fire. Shout out to Keith Wildchild Middleton in the chat. My brother from Hydra that I was mentioning a few seconds about that.
Word. What up? What up?
Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. True Soul, Steve Almighty in there, Miss B, Blitzkrieg. Yeah, shout out to all the
Blitzkrieg, so I'm in there too.
Yeah,
I love that, man. I think you can't go wrong with the Afro Caribbean Afro beats vibe. Like it's always
definitely.
Yo, so None, come on camera real quick because we about to play yours. Introduce yourself. I mean, you don't need no introduction.
None, you did one.
But introduce yourself. You're on mute. Oh no, I got you. Go ahead.
The cleaner is the one that did. Did my engineering thing on it. So, but here we go.
Who is this then?
This is Sinclair.
All right.
Say what up to the people real quick.
What up, people? The cleaners. Y'all saying Sinclair, but that's not Sinclair tonight. It's the cleaner tonight.
It's the cleaner tonight.
searching for light and truth. Knees on the planet, head to the clouds, praying for salvation. No, every day we battle with others and ourselves. Sadness overwhelms us, happiness seems so far away, away. No, I can't give up, not today, not today, not today. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. I won't stop, no. Won't stop till I reach my freedom. Till I reach my freedom. Won't stop 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 till I reach my freedom. No.
Woo!
Nice.
They don't call him the cleaner for nothing, man.
Yeah. For real.
So let me go first on this one. I see what you did there. You got multiple cheat codes. I see you. That was fire. The beat is fire. I'm gonna talk about how dope the beat is in a minute. But first, you got Nonzeo on the boards. You got an EO Down fam. But then again, everyone in here is probably we're all EO Down fam, so we can't cheat that way because everyone's EO Down here, right? But also you had the drum change up. I put it in the chat. Like you came in with one beat, one pattern, then you changed it, and you changed it not unexpectedly. It wasn't like it sounded like, oh, right here, we're on the 16th measure, there could be a change up here. It just kind of swerved into this new beat. And then that beat played for a while. Then you threw a couple of the other drums from before back a little later. And so the reason I say cheat code is you basically gave me two remixes. It's like you gave me the first beat and I was feeling, then you were like, hey, just in case that pattern ain't moving you, I got this one too. We could use this one. Or you could use them both, So I feel that. I'm thinking about both of those patterns and, either one of them or together,
Sync
like that. So you gave me two remixes.
Sinclair, the cleaner, he speaks a lot prevalently about how to structure a song, and as a musician, you could tell his patterns and his different sections of the song touches you in different ways, and that speaks to how much of a musician and he sees music. So, Sin, very masterfully done. You know how I feel about your music, and you always have a great heart tugging, like, way that you grab people. So you always grab people with your music, and masterfully done. I can't say no more. No,
Definitely captured the emotion for sure.
Exactly.
It was beautiful.
Appreciate it. What I wanted to say though about that song, when I first heard it, I was trying to see what does this song remind me of, and what I did was, if you know anything about this kid from Chicago named Dwelle,
Yes,
LA
yes,
got that
trouble.
same kind of style. JD worked with him. I mean, Jay
Right.
Dilla worked with him and stuff like that. But it was that same kind of flow. So I wanted to just fill in and not override the flute. Let the flute be the call and response to what the singer was doing. So that's where I was going with it.
You tuned into a frequency because Dilla is one of Chord's favorite producers, and he's recorded over many Dilla beats. You know, done mixtape ones. He always grabs Dilla beats and puts a song over them. So yeah, that's definitely the vibe. The frequency is that.
Nice.
It worked. That was fire. And Dwelle is a legend. So I know.
Yeah, man.
Before he hears that, he's gonna be like, "Wow, that's dope." Comparing it to him,
Very dope. Very dope.
Yo, real quick shout out to C-Dub, who's like this running the back scenes, doing everything on the ones and twos to make
Everything
this
you're
show.
seeing happen is C-Dub Scott, man. For real.
C-Dub, that's for real. Yo, shout out.
Beautiful.
Up next, we got Dat Boy Craig. Multiple winner, multiple challenges.
Dat Boy Craig, last minute edition. And I wanted to have a video too. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to GMS. I love the song.
Yeah, let's get it.
Short and sweet and to the point.
Short and sweet, always. That's correct for you.
Wow,
Yo, what?
That was definitely
creativity.
That was so. It made me feel it for sure. It made me feel the vocals and the message, and that definitely sounded like movie.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. For sure.
Soundtrack to some kind of movie that, you know what I'm saying, takes place in a place where maybe there's not a lot of freedom, but there's a lot of hope. That's what that made me feel.
No, definitely, yeah. It's definitely airy and yeah, it's spacey. It feels like it's telling a story for sure. And it has that vibe to it to where it could tell a story in a movie, like for Backward. 100%, I agree with you about that. That's a fact.
Yeah. You really, you can't go wrong with that vibe, man.
Yeah, that vibe was
That
crazy.
Caribbean vibe was just sitting. It was right in the pocket. It was beautiful.
Definitely another Caribbean flavor joint. I noticed some stomp-like sounds. I don't know if that's what it was, but I heard things that I wasn't sure if it was drums. It sounded like, sounds from life, like somebody hitting a table or a plank or I don't know, something. But it kind of reminded me a little bit of like stomp rhythms, you know what I mean? How they use like cans and stuff. But he left a lot of air for the song, for the singer to breathe, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Where there were drops. There's a lot of drops where it's just the drums and the voice right now, or the drums and the flute. So that was really dope. I heard a tube instrument at some point, like a boom whacker. Y'all know what a boom whacker is?
What's a boom whacker?
They're these colorful tubes, right? They're just plastic tubes.
Like bong bong. Those like
right.
Yeah,
now the show Stomp, they come out with these rubber tubes and they go doot 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 doot, and they hit them on the stage, and they make sounds, right? So somebody said, let's invent that, put it on a scale. So they came out with these manufactured ones, and they're color coded. Like this C is red, the D is orange, the E is. So I brought them to teach music with my students, and I give them boom whackers and I conduct them, and they play songs by using the plastic tubes, basically. Anyway, I heard something like doom doom. It sounded like that, but then I thought maybe it's a marimba. It's something that has air in it that you're hitting, giving you a note, like a bassy tube note. But it was really dope. I really like that. That beat was very organic feeling too.
Absolutely, I agree. It felt natural with the song too, and a different vibe as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Big up, I like that.
Yeah, big up to that boy Craig. We've been working the last few days anyway, so you should know what it is.
Yeah, we was working last night, man.
Yeah.
So without further ado,
this is the last entry.
Last entry.
Who won the last beat challenge?
True indeed, and other challenges before then as well.
Oh yeah, he won the MC.
This is a WickedTune. On this one, I'm gonna say that I approached it a little bit different than I usually have. I will say that I'm always about energy, and I'm about movement within my beats. But with this one, I approached it just a little bit different. I showed another side of me, and if anybody stuck around after the last competition, they were exposed to that side of me.
That's a
just
fact.
A little bit as well. But it's a remix, and I approached it like a real remix. But you're about to hear, and you might think that I used an electric guitar, but no guitar was used in the making of this song. So
no instruments were hurt in the making of this song.
The first link chains forth, first speech censored, first thought forbidden, first freedom denied, chains us all irrevocably. First time any man's freedom is trodden, we're all damaged.
Nukes, Villa on the roof and he's playing my tune. It's wicked true. I wanted to sing, so I broke my booth. That's freedom. Keep stepping like two, but never had just look in my eyes. I've been on the journey, not searching for prize. I shown on my haters cause I got the freedom to. We winning, we catching these W's. We can do it all cause we got the freedom. You gon' take us all as we come. You know I can't terminate like a T1. Keep it 1,000, I'm as real as they come. We can do it all cause we got the freedom. You gon' take us all as we come. You know I can't terminate like a T1. Keep it 1,000, I'm as real as they come.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Damn.
What?
Going out strong.
Damn.
That was
Last
that was
but
a sick
definitely not
finale.
least. Damn, bro. Oof.
Damn, bro.
Yo, yeah, and
That
I
was
know
epic.
that wasn't a guitar, but he definitely put an amp over whatever he played with it to make it sound guitarish. But that shit is crazy.
Maybe a pedal.
Maybe.
Do a guitar pedal.
I mean, that's his little secret, but it was definitely epic. That was definitely epic, man.
Yeah, it
first
definitely
part-
like matched the
tune.
epicness of the feeling of the record. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like everything has been kind of matched like the vibe and the sentiment and the emotion. This kind of brought it to like this, you know, triumphant kind of place for sure. And it's definitely remix vibes with the verse and everything on there. Like, you know.
Yo,
Yeah, I appreciate
Now we
it.
got two rappers. Yo, shout out.
Vic Shadez, yeah, word. I
WickedTune, man.
appreciated that shit. Word, that's fact. That's a fact.
It's gonna be tough to judge these, but I am feeling the people who put verses. Like, I don't know if it's because the beat moved them to put the verse. Like the remix, the beat was so dope. They're like, I have to spit on this. I have to spit on this. Or if because they spit on it, it got that extra energy, and it's to me is like raising it up a little bit in terms of the bar, in terms of
Interesting
the stuff. I'm gonna have to think about it, but the beat was fire.
And that's a risk. That's a risk to take too. That's risky because if you like are great at rapping, then you're like, damn, bro, like why do you have to fuck that up? You know what I'm saying? But luckily they were both great and they both.
Both of them, both those verses that you guys know them and MC, both of those verses are fire. So WickedTune, you kind of mixed like a slow modern beat with modern sounds, you know, and then you had the African drums and the drum rolls. So similar to the first beat, you didn't stay exact to the timing of the original vocals, but that's so much slower. Like your beat was cut time, so you had to chop and place the vocals in a way to make it fit. And I liked it though. I'm not mad at that. There was a producer like several years ago who tried to do a remix to this record, and I couldn't stand it. And I was like, no. And he got mad at me because he wanted authorization to release it, you know, as a dance. He made like a dance beat, and he sampled chords, but he laid the vocals so differently, it didn't sound right musically. I was like, no, it just sounds off. But that sounded good the way you chopped it to make it fit the tempo. And yeah, man. Now, when you started rhyming, that kind of took it over the top as well. The style you put on the mic, I don't know WickedTune. Like, does he always use that effect? Like, is that his style?
No,
that's just what he put on this song.
Yeah, he does a lot of different styles. He's very good at what he does. As you can see, but he does all different type of genres of hip hop, and he doesn't always use like auto tune or whatever. But
right. But it sounded hot. He used
Yeah.
it correctly, and I'm not against auto-tune, and I like modern drum sounds and everything. This just happened to be an old beat, but yeah, I was really feeling that. Had a lot of energy.
Likewise.
That's dope.
Likewise.
These producers are trying to catch a body. They're not trying to just like, oh,
this
Oh,
shit.
here at EOB Challenge,
It's
man,
like
people
MCs
come
when
to
they
kill.
battle.
We don't play over here for sure.
The competition be fierce. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
I mean, I can't even say if I can't even pick a favorite one. I liked every one of them and something about every one of them. And it'd be GMS. I feel sorry for you, bro. But I judge we judge all the time, me and none. So
I know I've judged Dub MC challenges too before. So.
Yeah. So you already know. You already know.
I enjoy judging because I like.
Me too. Now that I'm like an official judge,
This is important. Can I say something before we even get to the judging?
Absolutely.
Like, first of all, again, I have to applaud all the producers, and I thank you. This is very humbling. Nothing like this I've ever done before. Like a bunch of people think a song that I created with my boy Chordz Cordero, like that it's dope, and they want to do remixes. So that's fire, and you all really brought something to the game, and every beat was completely original and different. And they were all good. So there's none that are really, I can't really eliminate or like, that one, cross that off. There's none I can eliminate, so that's good. I thought maybe half I would eliminate and it'd be a couple vying for the win. But I'm going to have to really think about it. But shout outs to all of y'all. And
shout out to you for wanting to do this with us and reaching out to Nuns and always being a part of the dub and repping us and you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to you, man. Like, this is an honor to have you do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Now I know all these producers too. Now I know your sounds and you had your little intro. So like, I know all these producers.
Yeah, like even if you don't choose one of their songs tonight, y'all could reach out to him and I could chop it up, maybe produce some other stuff for him. You know what I'm saying? We all work together. We have a big network over here. So GMS,
Absolutely.
You can get in touch with them.
And join our Discord server because
eobeats. Yeah, we
finally got on Discord. My web developer team, they made me do it. We was talking crypto and websites. And
that's where
apps on the blockchain, and I was like, "Come on, can we just use like Facebook Messenger?" And they were laughing at me. Like, nah, Discord. It's all Discord.
I was slow.
I got in the game. I'll join you on Discord.
But yeah, producers, join our Discord. Hit up eobeats challenge on IG or Soulful Souls. Dama with a V, DVMA _music. Hit us up anytime. You're welcome to be in our challenges. We have money prizes all the time. We're gonna have a big prize at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Great community.
So did you tell the producers today's prize is more than the money? Like it's something else too?
Yeah. Oh, speak upon that.
Talk a little bit about that.
So I'm putting the record out. Of course, I'm putting out on MCMI Records, and the full project will be digitally distributed everywhere, right? And then there's going to be an NFT collection, which has all these bonuses, extra things. I got apps that are in there, little music games you can play online. I got remixes, acapellas, instrumentals, alternate beats, reggae versions of all the original songs from the original album.
Fire.
So the remix, I'm supposed to pick a winner now out of all these dope beats, and that one is going to be put out as a single too. When I put the original out, I'm putting that one out also, and it's going into the NFT collection. And of course, if you guys aren't familiar with NFTs, there's a rep to it. So, whoever did the beat for the remix, they get automatically sent crypto to their wallet, through the blockchain.
That's a great incentive too.
And I'm trying to promote that musicians use NFTs, for their music releases, because when you put out something on a label, someone has to administer. That's where the fees get eaten up. That's where the artist says they didn't get enough money. That's what Spotify takes their huge cut from and gives people fractions of a penny, right? Because they got to run the servers and keep it online, and they got to make the player work, and they got to, do all this administrative work, and then chart royalties and people's ASCAPs and BMIs and all that. That's what labels charge for, right? And then the label gets all the money, and then they decide, oh, this person is a producer. They send them their check. Oh, this is the person who sang on the song. This person did some writing, and they're supposed to send everyone their money, but they often skip people, or people aren't sure if they're really sending them their proper cut. So when you put out music on the blockchain, it's a mathematical equation. It's programmed in. It's a smart contract. It says every time someone buys this, automatically 10% goes here, 18% goes there, 50% goes there. And the shares get split up and everyone just instantly gets money in their crypto wallet. So there's no middlemen, there's no hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? It's a really great way to collaborate and put songs out together, whether it's two artists or a producer and an artist.
It's always good to make money off music, something that you love doing as well, and then to collaborate with people that are talented, like-minded as well. That's a beautiful thing you're doing for these producers, or one so-called producer that we're gonna have win. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Not a lot of artists would do that. So shout out to you, GMS. Man.
No doubt. And now I'm thinking about maybe I need to have a second place too, because it's so hard. There's so many dope beats in there. How much time do we deliberate here? Do we?
Well, so we have you got about 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. Somebody.
Yeah, take your time. I'll do a little
again.
promo real quick. Or you wanna listen? Well, we're gonna do a little bit of promo for Frio Dub and everything like that.
Okay, no doubt.
And did you
want
to go back?
I gotta. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
We come back and we announce winners or whatever, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can tell us in the chat. You see the chat, like.
Yeah, definitely. So I took notes. I'm gonna look over them for a minute while you do.
Yeah, do your thing.
Absolutely.
Try to remember. Oof.
Good
stuff, everybody.
Yeah. You go off cam until you're ready to come back on. So.
All right. Let me.
Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much.
To everyone in the chat.
And the YouTube. Or thank you.
Yeah, I wish everybody the best of luck with this. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very excited to see who wins. This is really dope. So this upcoming celebration of freestyle is the first Friday of the month, May 6th. We got Frio Dub, celebration of freestyle. We got featuring Destruct, Jackson Wallen, and Yazid Divine. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Big Zoo and CF, hosts of Frio Dub, freestyle, kings. Amazing.
Beats by Soze.
Oh, Beats by Soze. Let's get it. Factory. But before that, we have the residency this Sunday in Nejma Nefertiti's last show, where she'll be bringing us Y and Makiba Mooncycle. So I'm very excited about that as well. Shout out to Nejma Nefertiti. Shout out to Ms. B doing all the bookings. And shout out to Nejma. She's been pulling up and, showing out. Dope MC. So I'm very excited about both of those things. It's a very dope time over here in the EOW world sphere. I'm glad to be a part of it. Okay, yeah, we getting ready to close it out in a little bit. I feel like the winners are getting picked. We're gonna bring the two contestants, the finalists, onto the screen, onto the restream with us. And that's how it's going. Shout out to C-Dub Scott for making a run of show that I can follow now. That's what's up.
Definitely got finalists. We got to bring some people back. I need to hear like another few seconds. It's very close.
Who we got?
All right, so should we bring them on cam yet? Wait, we got them all in the room, but I gotta let somebody know that. Nuns, you hear it? You get my text, Nuns? Yeah, I know you put his mic on. So.
Who's in Facebook and wrote, who is this? Like they got a phone call or something. It's eobeats. It's a show, man. Who is this?
Who is this?
You don't know how to use your phone? Like you're watching
It's
a show in the
me.
chat.
It's the EO beat challenge.
That's
All right, yeah,
hilarious.
let's yo, Nuns, you hear us?
Maybe they meant who is this beat, the one playing. Maybe I
Yes, we're good,
that.
bro.
All right, yeah, pop on cam, and have Wicked come up, and we're gonna have Vic Shadez pop up real quick.
No doubt. Okay.
All right, man. Things that stood out to me real quick before you give your judgment. Definitely the verses they put on it. Epicness of all of it. They fit the styles of it. That's just a little something before you get the judging out. But yeah.
Yeah, the two verses, man. That's
what took it over the top, I think, for me as well.
And two very, very different vibes. You know what I'm saying? One is very like neo soul, very like, you know, just chill and smooth, while, you know what I'm saying, like keeping the vocals forward. The other one is very like new and epic and triumphant. So, wow, interesting.
Right.
All right, so let's let GMS speak.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
brother.
I brought back. Can you bring down the bed a little? Oh, thanks. I brought back the two that they stood out a little bit, but I'm telling all the producers that I liked all of your tracks, and I'm gonna talk about. I have a proposition. I'm formulating it in my mind of something we can do with some of the other tracks as well. But WickedTune and Vic Shadez, what did it to me, and maybe we can we play 15 seconds of each beat, and then I like make one like the first place, like that's the all-out winner. But
C-Dub, if you can't do that, I could do
Can't
it.
do it? Can't play it?
I mean, I could pull them up.
It's okay if not, but if you can. But here's the reason
No,
why I
that's
want to
C-Dub.
hear those two again. The beats
What
are
you want?
completely
I can do that.
different.
All right, cool.
Thanks. The beats are completely different, but both of them had the drums that moved me, and it's hip hop, right? Vic, you had the live instrumentation, the live drumming, and the sounds that you used, WickedTune, were the most. They sounded future. They didn't sound modern or current. They sounded ahead. You know what I mean? I really felt like
Vic Shadez.
Yeah.
My approach, I just wanted to make it funky. That wanted to.
You can scroll through. Okay.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So, and then the second thing is the flow. So both of those joints.
I could pull them up real quick if you need me to.
I got it. You just let me know when you're ready.
Made me feel like I could put a verse to that. Like they rhymed on it and they were moved to do that. And they've totally different styles. Of course, both beats are different, rhyme styles are different. But I felt like if I had to be, I would rhyme on it too. So that's the reason why I'm pulling those two out from the pack. As well as, like I said, my wife came running in the room. That was the only one, Vic Shadez. She was like, that one, this one, oh, it's good, you know? So, and she's not embedded in the underground hip hop scene like I am, you know, for so many years. She's just strictly the audience, the consumer, a listener, someone who just listens to music. She's not an artist at all. And that one really moved her. The last track, WickedTune, that one moved me like that. If I was in the other room, I would have ran in here and said that one too. So props on that. Yeah, man, it's tough to pick which one now is the official remix. Do you have it queued up? Can you play each one for a second, or is that not going to work?
How's it going, Vic Shadez?
Oh,
My approach.
Yeah, I got it.
I just wanted to make it funky.
Give me a second.
That was it. I wanted to.
And I want everyone listening to also
Unplanned.
hear them again. Yeah.
I mean, I got them pulled up,
Here
bro.
we go. Here we go. I got it right here, bro.
All right.
See those wood blocks, those sounds. Oh. Rim shot.
Together, no matter how high
also WickedTune.
That beat is everything that's good about hip hop, man. Great shit.
Yeah, definitely.
It has that swing to it.
That swing.
It's not like what I said about WickedTunes. Like his sound is very advanced, modern, but this one is very traditional. It's still super hot like that. Like it's exactly in the pocket. You know. Yeah, that's fire. All right, this is WickedTunes, right? It has that bass, you know?
First time,
yeah.
man's freedom is trodden. We're all damaged.
Oh. There's so much in this beat. There's little chime sounds on this side, and there's like somebody got 2 chopsticks and they're hitting the djembe with it, even though you're supposed to use your hands. You got that crunk bass in there too. It's like a blend of genres. Even panned it in a way that's crazy because I'm in the headphones, so I'm hearing.
Yeah, the panning is fire.
Great panning. Yeah. Wow, man. Salute to both of y'all. This is tough.
Man, oh man.
All right. Okay. A couple of different ways we could approach this. Yeah, someone said, and the winner is, they're like, hurry up. Come on, Jay, we got to end the show. I like both of them, and therefore I would be interested in using both of them. So we could call it a tie. I could sweeten the pot a little bit, add a little more money in there and split it 2 ways, but call both people the winner. Or I could say first place, but I still want to work with the second place person also and use that track. Either way, I like both of those remixes, and I would like to work with both of y'all and hopefully even put a verse of my own on there. Keep your verses because you did something, you added to the song with that.
That'd be dope.
And just have different versions because they're such opposite styles. I mean, you know, as well as being good, they're not similar. So I think having multiple mixes and versions works. Now, Vic, is yours the exact same tempo as the original?
It's 89 beats per minute. I don't know if that's the original.
I don't really know.
I think it's 90.
He said
I made the beat 20 years ago.
It was 90.
Oh, okay, yeah. Traditional versus future, exactly. So it's very close to the original tempo, so we can push it a little because I already shot a video for this song already. It's in the can, and the WickedTunes. I don't know if yours could match up with the video because I'm, as we're going through it, we'd have to make a different video for that. But I could actually do a video remix, have different versions of the video, and be easily just sync it up. Right. Yeah, I would definitely want to put both of them up. It was supposed to be a 350 first prize. And rather than call somebody the winner, because I feel equally about both of them right now, and say one person is 350, one person has nothing, I'm going to say, what if I put it to 400 and I give 200 to both of y'all and y'all tied as winning this beat challenge? What do you think of that? Does that work for everybody? Is that in the rule book? Is that cool?
It's up to you, man.
I love
it's what you want to do. It's up to you, G. So whatever you would like to do, it's your call. It's your song. What's the best for both songs? I mean,
getting some strange feedback there. Okay, went away. And now to the other producers, I'm going to also put this out there. If you want to use that track and you're like, oh, I didn't win the contest, so I'm going to use that for this other song I got, cool. But if you made it just for this record and you feel like it just stays with that record and you're not going to probably use it, I still would use those songs as bonus cuts and NFT them because some songs that I'm putting out have 10 versions of them. I have the main one that's going to go on digital distribution, like on Spotify. And then I have ones that I made myself even and got some remixes from others just for NFT, because NFTs have to be exclusive. Some stuff has to be not available on Bandcamp or anything. So I still like every single song. It's amazing that how good they all were. And I would like to stay in touch with you guys, communicate about that. And you don't have to say what you want to do right now. You could think about it. Or we could talk off camera and negotiate for that. See if
Blitzkrieg said, "Fight to the death."
I'm wrestling. The two of y'all. So, but I definitely declare you guys took it over the top with your vocals and instrumentation and planning and all that. So I'm gonna say you guys definitely won the challenge. And I still like the other tracks though. They were really
likewise.
Big up the WickedTune.
Them were laid back and show. So WickedTune and Vic Shadez, you are the winner, not the father. You are the winner of the eobeats challenge this week.
So we would usually go out with both of them. I guess both. I mean, one of the songs.
In the show.
Yeah, but we kind of played 2 tracks. So I guess we just. What do you want to do, CW? You want to play both of them, or you just want to sign out?
Let's wish the audience a good night and have them watch the video again to catch the full performance.
There you go.
Sounds good to me, kid.
Everybody else, all the producers, everybody in the YouTube got the Zoom link. Let's link up in the Zoom after this. Chop it up. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to Vic and WickedTune. And GMS, you want to?
Do me a favor, mute your mic because some kind of feedback coming up. Okay. Before we bounce, if you guys could go to my Flow page, you can get all my socials, and I don't have to run them off. So it's flowpage.com/GMS_MCMI. So the name and the label, right? GMS_MCMI. That's my Instagram, also my Twitter. But just go to the Flow page and check out the teacher video and everything else, and all the links to all the socials, and let's connect off of the show.
Yeah, plug whatever else you want. Like you got albums coming out.
No doubt. Well, the name of the full project is Along the Way 777, and what I'm doing is I'm documenting the whole process. So I have a podcast Along the Way with GMS, right, where I explain how I made each song. So this show is actually going to be an episode of the podcast, how I came here and did this, because I showed how I made the beats and I talked about what made me write the rhyme or come up with the song concept. I have artists who are on the album with me talking about what inspired their parts and things like that. And I talk about studio issues and technical difficulties and how I'm trying to get the distribution right and everything. I'm just giving you both the story of making the album, the stories in my life that are on the album, because I tell autobiographical stories on it. And also you're watching it grow along the way. So we're releasing every track one by one. This is number 2. The first one was called Teacher, featuring Bamboo. And this is the second one, Freedom, featuring Chordz Cordero. And there's a bunch more to come along the way, 777. And watch the podcast on the YouTube channel. YouTube, it's MCMI Report, just like our website, mcmireport.com. Just like the IG, MCMI Report. It's all MCMI Report. But that's also the YouTube channel. Subscribe. We got a lot of dope podcasts on there. All artists' music videos are on there. And the video for this record will, of course, come out on that channel. So, I appreciate you guys vibing with us today. And if you're feeling the song and the style of everything, then go check out the other music that we got on the channel.
Dope. Shout out to you, bro. Like, that was really that was a really great challenge. What up, Nonzeo? Oh, look, everybody in Jersey's all together. Look at y'all.
What's good?
Y'all gotta come to
Jersey unite like Voltron.
Anyway,
look at y'all. I love it.
We out.
All right, good night, everybody.
Hey, bless everyone.
Thank you.
Peace.
I'll be back up in the zone.
Later.